Thanks a lot, Cassie. Yeah, a couple of real good tests for the Phantoms to kickstart 2024. We'll have more on this upcoming weekend, as well as a challenging January in store for Lehigh Valley coming up in just a bit. But Kristi, we thought it would be fun to kind of look back on some of our top memories from the past year for Lehigh Valley.
We've had a ton of fun, especially in those games at PPL Center, because of course we're live for all of them here on SEN. Let's flash back to some of the top moments. You mentioned those Keystone State clashes. This is one from February 18th of 2023, a comeback win in shootout fashion. Back-to-back goals from Igor Zamula tied the game. Alex Kyle chipping in as well. That was a 2-0 score that they trailed, able to tie things up before Kyle nets his second of the contest with under 8 minutes to go, so that forces overtime. A couple of unlikely suspects finding the back of the net. They'd have to stop a penalty shot in the bonus session. Troy Grosnick does that, and then Bobby Brink nets the only conversion for either side in the shootout. Phantoms win it 4-3 over the Pens.
Our next moment, you get 3 for the price of 1. And a lot of good wordplay here. A trio of hat tricks in less than a month, and all of them on home ice at PPL Center just the way we like it. Garrett Wilson, 3 goals in a showdown against Hartford. That was February the 19th. Then March 11th, Cooper Marody with 3 goals for Lehigh Valley. That hat trick tally, tying a game with Belleville. The Phantoms would win in overtime on a Ronnie Adder goal. And just 4 days after that, it's Marody to Wilson for his second hat trick of the season. 3 tricks in less than a month. Garrett Wilson, both of his tricks, unfortunately, in losing efforts.
I'd like some more of that to come here in 2024. All right, this is April 8th of 2023. Lehigh Valley clinches a playoff berth, and it was a win in their in scenario against Springfield. They were down 3-1 early in the third. They get goals from Emil Andre and Kevin Connaughton to tie things up at 3 apiece before Ali Lixell secured the comeback win, scoring with less than 3.5 minutes left in regulation. I remember that goal so well, being down at ice level, back in the playoffs for the first time since 2018.
And then, just 4 days after that, a record-setting performance from Elliot Denoye, setting a new rookie goal-scoring record. Now, he matched the previous mark of 22 tallies set by Danique Martel during 15-16 season with that goal right there. That was a few days prior. And then 5 days after that tying goal, a new record set by Denoye, scoring in Bridgeport, a Lehigh Valley Phantoms rookie goal-scoring record of 23 tallies. Denoye finished third on the team in total scoring with 44 points last season.
All right, to November 25th we go. The Phantoms power play powering the team past Rochester. They trailed the Americans 4-3 early in the third. They get back-to-back man advantage markers to propel the team. Tanner Lazinski ties it with his second of the game. A power play strike just over 7 minutes into the final frame to even things at 4. Alexi Gendron then converts on the man advantage less than 5 minutes later for that come from behind 5-4 victory. It's a beauty. Lehigh Valley's power play with a season high 3 conversions that night. The AHL's 4th best power play has counted 19 goals over the last 18 games.
Okay, so that was late November of this season. Now we flash forward just less than a month ago, one of the most highly anticipated nights of every season. Of course, we're talking about the Teddy Bear Toss. And this year, Phantoms fans setting a new Lehigh Valley record. It's Zaid Wisdom, his first goal of the season. He gets it 6:36 into the opening period with assists from Mason Millman and Ethan Sampson. 7 of the 9 Teddy Bear goals have now been scored in the first period, and this set off the stuffed animal storm. 10,869 teddy bears and stuffed animals thrown onto the ice. Now nearly 57,000 donated to Valley Youth House over the last 9 years, and everybody chipping in on the cleanup on Teddy Bear Toss
night. They put
me
to work every single year, but I love it. Hey, lots of fun against this Charlotte Checkers team this year. This was 4 days later, December 13th, a rematch with this team down 2-1 late in the third period, and Lehigh Valley's power play levels the contest with that one-timer from Samu Tuamala. Even game with just over 4 minutes left, and it was the first of 3 straight OT games between the Phantoms and Checkers. Cooper Marody has the secondary assist on both of the 2 goals in regulation, and look at this, just patient work, finds the cutting Rodney Addard for the game-winning goal atop the goal crease, sending the Phantoms to a 3-2 victory in OT. By far one of the best moments at PPL Center so far this season.
Phantoms won 4 games in the month of December, 3 of them against the Charlotte Checkers. All told in 2023, Phantoms 73 games played, 36-29-8. That was then, though. This is now, or at least what will be, in the first calendar month of 2024. And Kristi, what we see here is a 10-game slate against some really stiff competition for the orange and black.
Yeah, 6 games against the Atlantic Division, and we talked about the Keystone State rivals. That's going to be crucial this month. They'll play the Hershey Bears, the best in the AHL, Hershey Bears, and twice will face the Baby Penguins starting with this Saturday, the first of 12 meetings. Hard to believe we have not seen Wilkes-Barre Scranton yet, but don't worry. We'll see them 3 times in February, 5 more times in March, a couple more in April. But these are so important, especially as you mentioned, with having to beat some of the top teams, not just in the Atlantic, but also in the North Division. They got first place Cleveland coming up twice.
Half of the Phantoms' 10 games in January will come against first place teams, 3 against Hershey, 2 against Cleveland, and all 6 opponents that the Phantoms see this month currently have records over 500. Before we say goodnight, though, we want to draw your attention to January 26th and January 27th, a special promotion with us at Service Electric Network, the Winter Warm-Up Drive. That'll be taking place that weekend. We really strongly encourage you to stop by Chickies and Pete's and contribute to this very worthy cause.
January 26th, 27th, we're donating items for our homeless community at the Lehigh Conference of Churches. So coats, comforters, blankets, hats, gloves, anything you have. Please stop on down and say hello to Dan and I, because we will be there for your Phantoms hockey coverage and, of course, to support the Lehigh Valley.
A chance to win some prizes when you donate, but most importantly, an opportunity to help those in need, as the temperatures are certainly going to start to dip here in the days and weeks to come. 10 games in the month of January, 5 at home. That means 5 live and exclusive right here on the Service Electric Network. Back to you, Cass.